Hi guys, welcome back to Colorado Living. This is Nicole Baker. Today we're going to be talking about all the do's and the absolute don'ts when it comes to moving here to Colorado. If that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and keep on watching. But before we get started, I want to let you guys know I am a licensed realtor here in this beautiful state. So if relocating has been on your mind, my number's popping up on the screen right here. You guys can text, call, email, whatever's easiest. I love hearing from you guys and I love helping you guys through the process. But let's go ahead and get started in today's video. Okay, do number one is going to be make sure you find the city before you find the house. A lot of the times we have clients going on Zillow and all of these websites to look for homes, which is awesome, and you can kind of get an idea of what locations or cities you might want to be in based off of price point. But a lot of the times we fall in love with a house that we find that we think is in our budget or so on and so forth, but it is in a city that definitely does not match our lifestyles or our family lifestyles, so on and so forth. So first thing you want to do is definitely narrow down the city that you're looking into. For example, a lot of the times when people move here, they kind of already have an idea of what city they're looking for, like somewhat, but there's also a couple other options that you might not have known about. So doing tons of research, whether it be through these videos, whether it be reaching out to me directly, so you can kind of give me a more in-depth idea of what you and your family are looking for, and I can kind of narrow you down to maybe the top 5 cities that sound like they might fit what you guys are kind of looking for, whether it be, you know, Aurora, Southeast Aurora, Parker, Castle Rock, some of my favorites, for example, but those might not be everybody's favorites, and also they have all different types of price ranges. So we want to narrow down the city before we start looking for the house, because I would hate for anyone to find their dream home and it be in the completely wrong city that is definitely not what someone would consider their home. Okay, next thing we're gonna talk about is setting a budget. A budget is very, very important. I don't think I have to go into too much detail on this one, but I wanna go behind a little bit on the psychology behind exactly why you wanna set a budget before even looking at homes. A lot of the times for me, for example, I like to look at $20 million houses, and I know that $20 million is unfortunately not my budget, and I know that if I was to go out and look at homes today, I would have a higher expectation than what my budget allows for. So whether your budget be a purchase price and or a monthly payment, a lot of the times buyers don't really even care about the purchase price, they care about the monthly payment, because that is how much you're going to be spending each month, which really affects your monthly budget overall as a family. But you want to make sure that you're setting that budget, because we do not want to set expectations that are outside of our range, and I want you guys to be happy and find the house that you guys really want within that budget. So also when it comes to budget, once we get your budget set, we can really start to narrow down again that city location that you're looking for, because if your budget is say $500,000, you can't necessarily shop in every single city. So I want to make sure I get you guys on the right track when it comes to that. You're probably wondering, how do I get a budget? Like, what is the process behind finding a budget that actually makes sense for me and my lifestyle and my family, right? So how much can I afford according to a lender? Lenders are extremely important when it comes to the transaction, and I highly, highly, highly suggest picking an in-state lender. And the reason behind that, I mean, there's so many reasons, but I'll go into a couple really important things. Is number one is, whenever you're making offers, having a lender that the listing agent and sellers know will close on a deal is extremely valuable when it comes to putting in those offers and getting your offer accepted. For example, there are some, I don't want to name names, but there are some larger internet brokerages that if I was a listing agent and I had a seller, we got an offer from a person, a buyer that had that lender. I know this is very vague, but I can't really say exactly who it is. But if they had that lender, I would be concerned that that deal would not close based off of the track record of that lender. Also, another really important thing about having an in-state lender is they understand the market. They can really help set that budget for you more than I ever could set a budget for you. The lender is the most important part of the deal, more important than I am. So having someone that understands the market here in Colorado is extremely important. Another thing is there are definitely different types of in-state lenders. So you can have, your big credit lenders like, for example, Chase Bank or, I don't know, Wells Fargo, a credit union bank, or so on and so forth. And surprisingly enough, they actually do not have to be licensed to sell you loans when it comes to the big banks a lot of the time. So that's something to keep in mind. Another thing is they don't typically work weekends, and whenever the market is competitive, and even though it's not as competitive, thank God, as it was in the last, say, like 3 months before, it is still, important that we go ahead and take a look at, there could be multiple offers on houses still. And I don't want you guys to miss out on putting in an offer on a house, whether there's multiple offers or not. But if you can't make an offer Friday after 5 to, Monday at 9 a.m. or on, depending on when they actually get back to you, that could be a deal breaker when it comes to getting a house or not. So anyways, state specific, please. I think that's super important and super valuable for you guys as buyers to have someone that truly understands the market, even outside of myself, and that can help you set a budget, a realistic expectation of what you can afford and what can get you what you want in this state. Going into the second most important person behind the lender is your realtor. So I would definitely suggest that you guys reach out to me before you even come out here to visit. And there are a couple of reasons why. One being, I will help guide you guys more than you probably even know that I could, just based off the fact that I also relocated here. There's more than just, purchasing the home that I can definitely help you guys through. I have learned my lessons, and if I was to ever move out of the state, which I won't, but if I was to ever, I could definitely use the knowledge I got from moving from Arizona to Colorado, because God, it was a bumpy road, and I want to help other people who are relocating here not make the same mistakes as me. So that's one reason. Another reason is when you guys visit here, a lot of the times you're visiting because you want to kind of get an idea of the areas. So what I do is I'll map out exactly the hot spots that I think that you guys should go ahead and take a look at while you're out here, based off of some of the conversations that we've had and some of the things that you guys have told me that you're looking for in a city, what you guys like to do, so on and so forth. There's so many reasons that I pick exactly which areas I think might suit you best. But that way you guys can kind of get an idea of exactly where you would want to go without kind of blindly looking. I mean, Colorado's not a small state by any means, and there are a lot of larger cities in this area that, could potentially work for you. But if you're kind of just driving around aimlessly, you're gonna get lost. You're not even gonna know where exactly to go, where the best spots to kind of get a better feel of what that city offers are. So that's exactly what I give you guys whenever you come to visit here, whether we meet in person. I know a lot of the times you guys say you don't want to bother me or so on and so forth, but you're not bothering me, trust me. I want to help you guys. That's my whole thing. That's why I'm making these videos, is because I want to help you guys relocate here and make the best life decision that I also made. But again, reach out to me, guys. I can guide you through every single step, whether it be finding that in-state lender. I have an amazing partner. Her name is Anna. She is absolutely fabulous, one of the top in-state lenders. And I specifically picked her because she is one of the top and she is in-state. So you guys want to reach out to me to get her information. You want to reach out to me to get the hotspot guide that I will send to you guys. I also have a relocation guide. I mean, I have endless resources for you guys, and I literally made them so I could give to my YouTube people. So go ahead and reach out to me for that. But let's go ahead and get started into the next one, which is going to be, do not give up your inspections. Inspections, I kind of have noticed this over the last 2 years, and I'm hoping, praying that this is going away more and more, but I have seen a lot of people get burned because they do not get inspections. Inspections are, home inspections. So whether that be, testing the home for radon, which is very, very common in Colorado, but it can be dangerous. So that's something that not a lot of people know about, but radon, HVAC, roof, just a typical home inspection, plumbing inspections, sewer inspections. There's so many different inspections that you don't have to get all of them necessarily, but you want to know that you have that option. And I want you guys to have the option, because a lot of the times we don't even know what's wrong with the house before, you don't know what you don't know, I guess is what I always like to say. So I would hate for you guys to move in here and something be absolutely, horrible with the home. A lot of the times, unfortunately, we don't always plan for that, whether we get a home inspection or not. I got a home inspection. I got an inspection on my AC system. It was, it could have been better. It could have been better, but I knew that going in. But I didn't know it was gonna, give up within the first 2 months. But that's just things that come with home ownership, whether you get inspections or not. But I want you guys to have the opportunity to get an inspection. And in the last 2 years, a lot of the times, realtors or misinformed clients just didn't know that they should or could get an inspection. And I'm not saying as is. A lot of people were giving as is offers, and that's totally different than absolutely no inspections. You guys deserve inspections, and I would highly, highly suggest to never ever give up your inspection. Even when it comes to new builds, I get my clients pre-drywall inspections, and then you also have a, inspection once you're about to close, and that's outside of what the actual builder offers. The builder will never tell you that you can get those things, but when you're represented by a realtor, that's what we're here for, to tell you all the things that they won't tell you. But those are the things that I highly suggest. Absolutely must get an inspection. Do not give that up under any circumstances. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you learned something new when it comes to the do's and the absolute don'ts when moving here to Colorado. If you guys like this video, pretty please hit me a thumbs up and or subscribe to this channel if you guys want more content. I make 2 videos per week, Monday and Wednesday. So if you guys want more of that information about moving here, definitely subscribe. And again, I am a licensed realtor here in this beautiful, beautiful state. So please reach out. Numbers popping up on the screen, text, call, email, day or night. I love hearing from you guys, but until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.